Tonight, the shocking new video emerging. Haitian Prime Minister and acting President Ariel Henry and his security team coming under heavy gunfire on Saturday in an assassination attempt at an event commemorating the country's Independence Day. His team can be seen trying to shield him with a bulletproof vest while scrambling to take cover behind a vehicle. Then, with gunfire still erupting, the group in a dash running to their caravan of vehicles. The car speeding away, the Prime Minister safe inside. Local media reports saying one person was fatally shot, 2 injured, but an official casualty count has not been released.
The authorities in Panama have confirmed the extradition of the main suspect in the killing of Haitian President Jovenel Moise. The former Colombian military officer Mario Palacios is one of a group of about 20 men implicated in the murder of the Haitian president in July 2021 in the capital, Port-au-Prince. After the murder, Palacios fled to Jamaica, where he was arrested and interrogated by American investigators. On Monday, the suspect was intercepted in Panama during a stopover on a flight from Jamaica and heading to Colombia.
South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said Wednesday that North Korea fired what appears to be a ballistic missile toward the East Sea at around 8:10 a.m. that morning. No details, like the type of projectile and flight distance, are known yet. While leaving all possibilities open, experts note that rather than a new model, it could be one of the North's already known missiles such as KN-23, 24, and 25, and Hwasong-8.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un ordered the development of strategic nuclear weapons at the 8th Party Congress last January. And those are the 4 missiles that the North test fired all last year and that haven't been completed yet.
Nepal has grounded at least 6 Chinese aircraft, 6 made-in-China planes. Nepal says they're a liability. It wants to get rid of them. Why? Because they cost more than the money they make. These are the planes we're talking about. 2 Xi'an Ma-60 planes and 4 Harbin Y-12E planes. Nepal bought them in 2014 and since then, it has been making losses on their account. In fact, Nepal bought 7 planes. In 2018, one of them was lost in an accident. And last year, in March 2021, another plane landed about 60 meters short of the runway. So here's what Nepal Airlines did. They grounded the planes until further notice. Right thing to do. The airline has a long list of complaints. Technical problems in operating the aircraft, logistical issues in getting spare parts, huge expenditure on maintenance, and a dearth of pilots who can fly them.
Amid the growing COVID-19 cases owing to the Omicron variant, scientists in France have now found another variant. Scientists have temporarily named the new variant as IHU. The strain was discovered by researchers based at the IHU Mediterranean infection. Reportedly, the new variant is believed to have infected 12 people in the country. According to the study, IHU has 46 mutations and 37 deletions. It can be identified using careful PCR analysis of signals that are different from Delta and Omicron. The new variant, however, has not been identified in other countries so far.
Kazakhstan's President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev has dismissed his government in response to rare protests in the oil-rich Central Asian country. The violent scenes linked to the rise in gas prices have triggered a state of emergency. It includes a curfew, restrictions on movement and a ban on mass gatherings. Earlier, the southeastern city of Almaty, Kazakhstan's financial capital, was in chaos as police fired tear gas and stun grenades to quell the unrest. The president went on television and called for peace.
Breaking his fast after a 141-day hunger strike, Hisham Abu Hawash expects to be a free man by the end of February, after the Israeli military agreed not to renew his detention. The deal was reached after talks between Palestinian and Israeli officials. Gaza's armed factions were threatening an escalation if Abu Hawash died. The 40-year-old father of 5 was first arrested in October of 2020 and was subject to Israel's policy of administrative detention, which allows Palestinians to be held indefinitely without charges.
South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa received on Tuesday the first installment of a long-awaited report on corruption in the country. The report is the result of 3 years' work looking at the extent of corruption during former President Jacob Zuma's tenure between 2009 and 2018.
This is what I would call a defining moment in our country's effort to definitely end the era of state capture and to restore the integrity and credibility and the capability of our institutions, but more importantly, our government.
It may be the largest settlement in Canada's history. The government has pledged to pay more than $30 billion to Indigenous communities. Half will be paid as compensation to people who are removed from their homes as children without cause and put into foster care, as well as their families and caregivers. The other half will go towards reforming and repairing the child welfare system in Indigenous majority areas over the next 5 years. Less than 8% of children under 14 in Canada are Indigenous, but more than 52% of them are in foster care. Activists say the deal is an acknowledgement that the system prioritised removing minors from their homes instead of helping their impoverished families with better support.